It sure is an exciting time to be a Nord in Skyrim. And where we last left off, Chad had snuck into Castle Volkahar and was searching for Serana's mother so that he can get the Elder Scroll that she has. Today, he's going to start off by trying to find a journal. Well, and looting. Well, Serana's mother certainly kept a lot of books. Oh, Daedra Heart. Excellent. Yeah, we already looked over there. Ah. Well, there's only one spot where the books are. Must have missed it. Let's try this again.
She probably had a journal or something.
Well, you could help Serana. Oh, journal, Valerica's. Harkin's short-sightedness is becoming a serious problem. I've warned him time and time again that his foolish prophecy would cast far too much light on our people, and yet he refuses to so much as listen to a word I say. I've become less a wife and more an annoyance in his eyes. Devoting attention to my work is the only solace I can find while enduring his ridiculous crusade. I've had a breakthrough today. I was able to attune the portal vessel to the Soul Cairn properly by using a small sample of ingredients. Although the portal opened only for a few seconds, I'm confident that with the proper formula, it can be sustained indefinitely. I feel like I'm missing a key ingredient, something of sufficient potency that can resist the forces trying to prevent my intrusion. Communing with the ideal masters has proved worthless. They speak in riddles and offer no assistance whether I ensure them a steady supply of souls or not. If I'm to escape Harkin's clutches, I need to keep the portal open long enough to carry me away from here, forever if need be. I've done it. After wasting thousands of gold coins on components, I've discovered how to sustain the portal. I'm listing the components below without the proper amounts for my own protection. As a secondary precaution, I am combining my own blood into the formula, which should prevent anyone from being able to duplicate it and following me into the Soul Cairn. The formula consists of finely ground bone meal, purified void salt, and soul gem shards. Using the proper measurements, place the above in the silver-lined portal vessel and add blood as a reactive agent. I will make my way into the Soul Cairn tomorrow after I gather my things and prepare for a potentially lengthy exile. More importantly, I must enact my plans with Serana and get her to Dim Hollow Crypt as soon as possible. Hey, Serana, I found it.
Any luck yet?
Well, you got any clues about the other Elder Scroll?
Dexion said something about that scroll. What was it? Something to do with dragons, I think. Maybe we should try asking at the College of Winterhold. Sounds like something they'd know about.
Alright, well, I found your mother's notes.
You did? Let me see.
Alright, well, what about this Soul Cairn that she mentions?
I only know what she told me. She had a theory about soul gems. That the souls inside of them don't just vanish when they're used. They end up in the Soul Cairn.
Well, why did she care where used souls went?
The Soul Cairn is home to very powerful beings. Necromancers send them souls and receive powers of their own in return. My mother spent a lot of time trying to contact them directly, to travel to the Soul Cairn itself.
Well, if she made it there, we'll find her.
That circle in the center of the room is definitely some type of portal. If I'm reading this right, there's a formula here that should give us safe passage into the Soul Cairn.
What do we need?
A handful of soul gem shards, some finely ground bone meal, a good bit of purified void salts. Oh, damn it.
Well, what? What's wrong?
We're also going to need a sample of her blood, which, if we could get that, we wouldn't even be trying to do this in the first place.
Well, you share her blood.
Not bad. We'd better hope that it's good enough. Mistakes with these kinds of portals can be gruesome. Anyway, enough of that. Let's get started.
Alright, well, I found all those things when I was, looting a bit.
Oh, good. Well then, let's head over to the portal vessel, and I'll do the rest. Get the ingredients in the vessel, and let me know when you're ready. Then the rest is up to me. Are you ready to go? I'm not entirely sure what this thing is going to do when I add my blood.
Yeah, but can I ask you something first?
Of course. What is it?
What will you do if we find your mother?
I've been asking myself the same thing since we came back to the castle. She was so sure of what we did to my father. I couldn't help but go along with her. I never thought of the cost.
Well, it sounds like she did everything for your benefit.
Possibly. I guess even a vampire mother is still a mother. She worried about me, about all of us. But she wanted to get me as far away from my father as possible before he really went over the edge.
Yeah, we won't know until we find her.
Yes. Yes, you're right. I'm sorry. I just didn't expect anyone to care how I felt about her. Thank you. Are we ready then?
Yeah, let's get that portal open.
All right. Here goes. By the blood of my ancestors. She actually did it. Created a portal to the Soul Cairn. Incredible. Incredible. Simply incredible. I'm ready when you are.
All right, let's go. Ow!
Are you alright? That looked painful.
It was painful. What the hell was that?
Now that I think about it, I should have expected that. Sorry. It's hard to describe. The Soul Cairn is, well, hungry, for a lack of a better word. It's trying to take your life essence as payment.
So there's no way to get in there then, huh?
There might be, but I don't think you're going to like it. Vampires aren't counted among the living. I could probably go through there without a problem.
Are you saying that I need to become a vampire?
Not your first choice, I'd guess.
No, there's gotta be some other way. I'm not gonna be becoming a vampire.
Maybe. We could just pay the toll another way. It wants a soul, so we give it a soul. Yours.
Wouldn't that kill me?
My mother taught me a trick or two. I could partially soul trap you and offer that gem to the ideal masters. That might be enough to satisfy them. It would make you a bit weaker when we travel through the Soul Cairn, but we might be able to fix that once we're inside. Maybe.
That's it? That's my only options?
I'm sorry. I wish I knew a better way. Something that would be easier for you. Just know that, whatever path you choose, I won't think any less of you. Sometimes, things just have to be done. I know that better than anybody. Have you made up your mind?
Yeah, soul trap me. I'm not turning into a vampire.
Are you sure? I'm willing to do it, but you need to think it through. You'll remain mortal, but you'll find yourself weakened within the Soul Cairn.
No, I'm ready. Let's do it.
I know this is difficult for you. I hope you trust me. I'd never do anything that could hurt you.
Let's just get this over with.
As you wish. I promise to make this as painless as possible. Hold still.
Hey, you said you wouldn't hurt me.
Do you need help? You're looking a bit overloaded there.
No, I'm okay.
You'd think a vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here, quickly.
Well, this certainly all is very interesting. I guess that must be a soul.
The smell here. Let's try to handle this quickly.
The clouds, the sky. It's all wrong. Everything's wrong.
I've heard stories about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined.
Yeah, well, we're here.
The smell here. I frankly thought it wouldn't smell like anything. Look at the sky. What kind of place is this?
Well, do you know anything about this place?
Just what my mother told me. I've also studied a little bit on my own, but there's not much. When something is trapped in a soul gem, and then the energy is used for powering an enchantment, the remnants are sent here.
What, any soul gem?
Well, I think it's specifically the black ones. I don't know if the Soul Cairn takes just any leftovers.
Does anything live in here?
Look at this place. Do you think anything would want to live here? The only things that can survive here are the ideal masters, the undead, and the souls themselves. Well, if you want to call that living. But looks like we'll be dealing with the smell of rot while we're here. Lovely.
Yeah, well, the smell of rot.
It is here. I wonder how my mother managed to deal with it.
I deal with the smell of rot all the time, Serana.
How do you manage to deal with it then?
Well, for a walking corpse, you don't smell that terrible.
Me? I smell like nightshade and snowberries.
You might want to have a word with the trader who sold you that perfume.
Oh, you know what? You should be talking.
What do you mean?
I have a heightened sense of smell, you know. If you think you smell like blossoms after frolicking in a fetid cave, you are sorely mistaken. But, hey, you're actually not too bad. For a well-groomed bear.
Well, you're a snowback.
Porker face.
Milk drinker.
Well, that is just not true anymore. We're being awfully carefree, aren't we?
Yeah,
I
maybe.
mean, for being trapped in a realm of oblivion with no guaranteed return.
I was thinking maybe it'd be a.
Nice, really. To just have fun. Have someone who can help me forget about all the prophecies, Elder Scrolls, betrayals, and this awful God's cursed reek. About all of this, even for a brief moment. I'm starting to like you, okay? You're growing on me. And what I said is true, though I definitely wouldn't want to end up here for all eternity. We got a job to do. Let's find my mother and find a way out of here.
Oh, okay. You done talking over me so we can go, save the
I think
world?
a vampire would be right at home in this place. You'd be wrong. Let's just find my mother and get out of here, quickly.
No one ever escapes. There is no escape. Why would you even try?
Oh, that's bleak.
Where is the Chapel of Love?
Well, how'd you end up here?
Oh? I don't know, actually. But you should be focusing on getting out of here. Not remembering your past self.
What do you mean?
Look, the more you stay in this forsaken place, the easier it becomes to forget who you were. And I've been here for a long time now. I cannot allow myself to stay here any longer.
And how exactly do you plan to escape?
Do you know about the Battle Spire? A huge floating island? A magical war academy for Imperials? Well, this Battle Spire used to have portals to teleport Imperial battle mages from a place to another. One of them was linked to the Soul Cairn, and one portal inside the Soul Cairn was used to teleport people into another realm. If this portal still exists, it might be my way out of this place. And I need to get out of this place. Now, will you help me find it? Or not?
All right, what are we looking for?
A place called the Chapel of Love. I'm sure it's somewhere around here. Please, help me find it.
Let's keep moving. I feel like we're being watched.
All right, we'll do that, but we've got something else to work on first.
Look at this place. I can't imagine choosing to come here. My mother must have been terrified.
Leave me be. Get out while you can.
You guys don't like it in here very much, do you?
You must help me find my Arvak. He doesn't deserve to be in a place like this.
Who's Arvak?
Arvak, my horse. We came to this horrible place together. We were attacked by monsters, so I told him to run. Please, he's such a loyal creature, and he's been running for so long. You have to save him. A place like this will change you.
All right, well, how do I help him?
Arvak! Arvak! Where are you? Arvak, please come back! Come back!
Is that it? Okay, well, he's not very talkative.
Did you know I visited elsewhere once? What a strange and wondrous place.
Well, look what we have here. Someone with flesh on their bones.
Yeah, what's the matter with you?
Let's just say I sold something to a guy who turned out to work for a whole coven of necromancers. How in the name of Zenithar was I to know the ingredients were phony? Do I look like someone that would double-cross a necromancer?
Well, so that's how you got here.
You got it. Horse, wagon, and all. Plopped here without so much as a word. I used to be one of the best traders in High Rock, you know. How people would track me down just to see what I had for sale.
Oh yeah, you got anything left?
Very funny. And what exactly are you going to pay me with? Take a look around. Gold doesn't exactly win you any friends around here.
Well, there must be something you want.
I'll tell you what. I appreciate what you're trying to do, so I'll play along. The only thing I see around here in abundance are soul husks. You know, those ugly fungus-looking things growing out of the ground. Bring me, say, 25 of them, and you can rummage through what was left on my cart.
All right, fair enough. What do you have?
Odds and ends I've gathered over the years. Well, used to gather, before all of this nonsense happened to me. Tell me what you're looking for, and maybe we can make a deal, if you have the husks.
Well, I don't have 25 husks right now.
No husks, no sale. Guess you have some scavenging to do.
Oh, come on, Serana.
I'd heard stories about the Soul Cairn, but never thought I'd see it myself. So far, it's about what I imagined. Hope you're ready to lose. Teach you. Mother? Mother!
Maker. It can't be. Serana?
Is it really you? I can't believe it. How do we get inside? We have to talk.
Serana, what are you doing here? Where's your father?
He doesn't know we're here. I don't have time to explain.
I must have failed. Harkon's found a way to decipher the prophecy, hasn't he?
No, you've got it all wrong. We're here to stop him, to make everything right.
Wait a moment. You've brought a stranger here? Have you lost your mind?
No, you don't...
You, come forward. I would speak with you. So how has it come to pass that a vampire hunter is in the company of my daughter? It pains me to think you'd travel with Serana under the guise of her protector in an effort to hunt me down.
Well, I've just saved her from your foolish plan there, lady.
I find your choice of words quite interesting, considering that Serana is in far more danger now than she was following my foolish plan. Serana has sacrificed everything to prevent Harkon from completing the prophecy. I would have expected her to explain that to you.
Well, that's why I'm here for the Elder Scroll.
You think I'd have the audacity to place my own daughter in that tomb for the protection of her Elder Scroll alone? The scrolls are merely a means to an end. The key to the tyranny of the sun is Serana herself.
Well, what do you mean?
When I fled Castle Volkihar, I fled with 2 Elder Scrolls. The scroll I presume you found with Serana speaks of Auriel and his arcane weapon, Auriel's bow. The second scroll declares that the blood of Cold Harbor's daughter will blind the eye of the dragon.
How does Serana fit into this?
Like myself, Serana was a human once. We were devout followers of Lord Molig Bal. Tradition dictates the females be offered to Molig Bal on his summoning day. Few survive the ordeal. Those that do emerge as a pure-blooded vampire. We call such confluences the Daughters of Cold Harbor.
Cold Harbor?
It's what some call the domain of Molig Bal, his place in oblivion.
And Serana underwent this ritual willingly?
It was expected of her, just as it was expected of me. Being selected as an offering to Molig Bal is an honor. She wouldn't have dared turn her back on that.
And the tyranny of the sun requires Serana's blood?
Now you're beginning to see why I wanted to protect Serana, and why I've kept the other Elder Scroll as far from her as possible.
Are you saying that Harkon means to kill her?
If Harkon obtained Auriel's bow, and Serana's blood was used to taint the weapon, the tyranny of the sun would be complete. In his eyes, she'd be dying for the good of all vampires.
Yeah, we're not gonna let that go down.
And how exactly do you plan on stopping him?
Well, I'll just kill Harkon.
If you believe that, then you're a bigger fool than I originally suspected. Don't you think I weighed that option before I enacted my plans?
Well, and what's Serana's opinion?
You care nothing for Serana, or our plight. Whether or not you've become one of us in order to survive the Soul Cairn, you're still a vampire hunter at heart. You're here because we're abominations in your mind. Evil creatures that need to be destroyed.
Hey, Serana believes in me, why won't you?
Serana? This stranger aligns himself with those that would hunt you down and slay you like an animal. Yet I should entrust you to him.
This stranger has done more for me in the brief time I've known him than you've done in centuries.
How dare you? I gave up everything I cared about to protect you from that fanatic you call a father.
Yes, he's a fanatic. He's changed. But he's still my father. Why can't you understand how that makes me feel?
Oh, Serana, if you'd only open your eyes the moment your father discovers your role in the prophecy, that he needs your blood, you'll be in terrible danger.
So, to protect me, you decided to shut me away from everything I cared about? You never asked me if hiding me in that tomb was the best course of action. You just expected me to follow you blindly. Both of you were obsessed with your own paths. Your motivations might have been different. But in the end, I'm still just a pawn to you two. I want us to be a family again, but I don't know if we can ever have that. Maybe we don't deserve that kind of happiness. Maybe it isn't for us. But we have to stop him before he goes too far. And to do that, we need the Elder Scroll.
I'm sorry, Serana. I didn't know. I didn't see. I've allowed my hatred of your father to estrange us for too long. Forgive me. If you want the Elder Scroll, it's yours. Your
How can you
intentions
even
are
move
still
around
somewhat
that way?
unclear
It
to
looks
me.
awful to even put
But
on.
for Serana's sake, I'll assist you in any way that I can.
All right, well, do you have the Elder Scroll with you?
Yes, I've kept it safely secured here ever since I was imprisoned. Fortunately, you're in a position to breach the barrier that surrounds these ruins.
What do we need to do?
You need to locate the tallest of the rocky spires that surround these ruins. At their bases, the barrier's energy is being drawn from unfortunate souls that have been exiled here. Destroy the keepers that are tending them, and it should bring the barrier down.
All right, we'll get to it and come back to you.
One more word of warning. There's a dragon that calls itself Durnevere roaming the cairn. Be wary of him. The Ideal Masters have charged him with overseeing the Keepers, and will undoubtedly intervene if you're perceived as a threat.
All right, one more question. How did you become imprisoned here?
When I entered the Soul Cairn, I had intended to strike a bargain with the Ideal Masters, the custodians of this place.
What was the bargain?
I requested refuge in the Soul Cairn, and in exchange, I would provide the Ideal Masters the souls that they craved. If I had foreseen the value they placed on my own soul, I would never have come here.
Oh, so they tricked you, huh?
The Ideal Masters unleashed their keepers and sent them to destroy me. Fortunately, I was able to hold them at bay and retreat into these ruins.
And you became trapped.
Unfortunately, yes. Since the keepers weren't able to claim my soul, they had their minions construct a barrier that I'd never be able to breach.
Well, you've been imprisoned here for all this time?
Time has very little meaning to me. Consequently, it has little meaning to the Ideal Masters as well. I suppose you could call this the ultimate waiting game, each watching the other to see which will give in. Be careful, and keep my daughter safe.
Let's kill those keeper things and get back to the prison.
And that is where this chapter comes to an end.
I'm glad you're here. I don't think I could be doing this alone.
This is Chad Kill People. Over and out.
The sooner we get out of this place, the better.